Hey folks, out here, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. In this episode I'm going to continue the daily Gsx600f maintenance schedule. So I didn't notice anything bad with the bike, luckily it's running nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take off the carburetors. I'm gonna clean them outside and open up to take a look inside how they are looking. Maybe some cleans gonna be needed, and of course I'm going to replace the springs, and then a little bit adjust on the idle fuel mixture, just a little bit, and then check the sink. Not expecting any troubles because didn't notice anything bad in the last period after the spring change, so I'm not expecting anything bad. So let's get it done. So now the panels are off, the tank and the tank holder. So now I'm gonna have access to disconnect the airbox. I have to take off the gas cable, then going to disconnect the choke and the clutch, because I'm gonna disconnect the airbox. I'm just gonna put on the side, so that's not gonna cause any trouble. But look how dry it is, no any oil leak anymore in the valve cover. I'm really happy with it, so it was a good thing to replace the gaskets. So now I'm gonna remove the airbox and then remove the carburetor line, so we are really close already. Now the airbox is off, the air filter is out. As you can see, here is a little bit of oil which is coming from the crankcase smoke, of course, which has been returned partially to the airbox, and there are some oil inside. It does not seem to be too much. Of course there is a pipe where it can run out, but it doesn't seem too much. If I remember, I did change the oil, the air filter when I got the bike, and it ran like 15,000 ever since, and it's not that bad because the paper inside didn't pick up any oil. It's just the outside, probably now because of the cold, the vapor did became a liquid, so it's not that bad. So I don't really worry too much because of the engine wear. It seems to be still quite decent to me. So now I'm gonna clean the inside and then can go in the new air filter. So I did clean it. Now it has a little bit of brake cleaner in it. It's gonna take some time to dry out, but now it's clean, and then I can just put back the new air filter and it's ready to go back. So now the carbs are off. I'm going to take off the gas cable, and then outside it's not really dirty, but I still just gonna spray it, and with a little bit of a used toothbrush gonna clean up a little bit the outside, and then gonna open up and both bottom and top. For the top it's necessary to replace the springs, and the bottom just take a look what is underneath, because if there's any rust or some dirt could run through, and just clean them quickly. Hopefully nothing bad because the tank is really good shape, luckily no dirt inside, and then we're gonna see more. So clean them first. Now I did clean a little bit, it looks way better, more acceptable. So now I'm just gonna take off first the bottom to see how are doing in the caps actually. So now now the floating house bottom are done off, and as you can see they are really clean, luckily. So that means that there's no any dirt in the fuel get through in the filter from the tank, so that's really good news. Everything looks good, and the bottom no any broken piece fall out, so I'm not gonna touch anything, then just put back them and can move at the front, at the top. The gasket was a little bit flat, but still has a little bit of extra, as you can see, so it's gonna close properly, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna put them back. I think it's gonna run for a few thousand kilometers yet for me without any trouble, so I'm just gonna put them back. The bottom is complete, and now I have access much easily for the idle power mixture screws. So I'm gonna adjust them one turn, all of it, because when it was like 2-3 degrees outside, the bike was suffering a little bit to start up, so that means the fuel wasn't enough on idle. So that's what I'm gonna do, and as you can see here, there is a result of the outside cleaning, actually not from the inside, so it's gonna be shiny for a while again. So now I'm gonna adjust all the 4 idles. Now the first cap is off. There is a little bit of dirt what I'm gonna clean out, but beside that nothing major visible. I'm gonna clean this part as well. This is the sheaver, and then here are the new set of rings what I can put back, and then for sure all the 4 cylinders gonna have the same brand new spring, which gonna have the same force, so it should be much more balanced. Let's get it done. Now all 4s are open, and as you can see, all of them has a little bit of there. I think it's coming back from the oil crank smoke, but not 100% sure, because it's coming from the low pressure side from the air intake. So that's not gonna go to the engine, luckily, but I just gonna clean it. And before I'm gonna put back the shivers, I'm going to check the diaphragms, because they can tear sometimes. If it's too old, then the rubber itself can shrink and get damaged or teared up. Or sometimes if you're not taking attention when you put it back, then you can pinch the side, and of course it's gonna have different surface to move up and down, so it's not gonna do the job well. I'm going to check all 4s, gonna clean the top side, and then actually I can put back. There is no any big problem, luckily. A little bit of dirt by oil, so it's really good. That's by usage, so that's not too bad. Luckily no any damage on the diaphragms or at the shivers, so they are back in the carb already. Now I can put them the new springs, and then can go back the cap, and actually the cleaning part is done. So now the carbs are looking good, clean inside and outside with the new springs, ready to go back. I did put back the gas cable already, but I'm not going to put back yet, because the red head is suffering with idle issues. So I thought I'm gonna use this carburetor to find out, is it indeed the carburetor causing the problem, or maybe it's electrical or something else. But luckily these bikes are really simple, not too much electric components, only the ignition mostly and the timing. So I mean the ignition timing. So there's a big chance there's a problem with the carburetor, but because this carburetor is running well and good and clean, everything is well, I'm gonna test with this one. So that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, see you in the next one. Bye bye.